Tom Del Beccaro with us.
Roar.
Tom's part of the family. Fist bump, Tom. What do you think? Romeo the radio for Big Al?
I think he's going to have to grow his hair out a little.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
But the ironic part of it, Tom, is it's because Al will spend time with any woman in the world except his wife, and he maintains they're all platonic friends. No, he maintains they're all platonic friends, and Joe and I
marry them. I will marry the people that
This is the same host who, when I showed him a picture of me and my wife yesterday, didn't recognize her because he didn't have his glasses on.
Well, and that's why the doctor comes in here. I thought it said City MD was the name of it. I thought she was from Maryland because I saw the MD because my eyes are going. Can we get a LASIK? I need plug.
Can you imagine if you were president? Okay, bomb him. Wait, hold on. Hold on a second, Mr. President. Your glasses?
We'd be bombing Maryland.
He's bombing Maryland. Yes, I was going to say.
Never liked them anyway.
Mother Cabrini, notice. Keep that shot, George, if you would. George, thank you so much. I see Jesus behind me. Praise Jesus. Praise the Lord Jesus. And Mother Cabrini. You know what? We're building the statue. And Bridget, thank you. I'm putting Mother Cabrini, you may see a lot of this morning because I had her behind me. I knocked it over and it broke, but we fixed it so it's all back and all in order here. Hey, Joe on the radio. Tom Del Beccaro, how are you, man? Sorry.
I'm doing good.
You walked in.
It's
all
right.
When
I have something for you today.
Oh, you got a present for us?
Now, look.
Yes. So thank you, Joe.
You know, I'm from California, and they're turning the lights off again on Wednesday.
This is nuts.
It's a nuts.
But
in California, they do a couple of good things.
What's it?
I brought you two of their best olive oil products.
Look at you.
Seriously.
Gifts. Do you know, can I tell you something, Tom? I have olive oil. It says California olive oil.
This is one of the best products, and you can actually get this in New York.
Can I tell you something? May I show it? We'll plug it. It's okay. Do we have olive oil sponsoring us now? We do not. But so I'll tell you what. Look at this. This is California olive oil. My son, Joey, bought this for me. And you're young enough to be my son. How are you? Thank you, my son.
I'm 58, dude. I'm 58, and you better not be 90.
I'll be working on it. I hope I'm 90.
I mean, we're going to be here when you're 90, but you better not be now.
I'll tell you, you know what? Thank you for this. This is it's a very, I'm usually an Italian olive oil, a Calavita, a Botticelli, with the olive oil. But I go to Michael's Broca for everything Italian, frankly. But this is it's a California from California olives.
It's a really good product.
Thank you, brother.
They did this. Now you got to.
This is just for me, not the guys, right?
I didn't even know. Is there someone else here?
You wonder what we put up.
I want you to try this though on air.
Oh, look at this! Look at this! This is another. This is funny, Frankie. Joey got me this.
That's why, because he of course lived in California for a long time.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna try this.
Oh, look at this! Now this I will eat, Al. Al, you doing this?
I'm not your doctor, so you're more than welcome to have whatever you want.
Could she come back?
Oh boy, here we go.
There you go.
Thank you, Tom. May I?
There you go.
This is a very good looking olive oil. What's the name of this olive oil?
Don't spill it on your laptop, please.
This is a California olive oil. Wow, that's good olive oil, brother.
And that rosemary in there, Rosemary Infused.
I can feel it. This is
great.
Feel
infused?
I feel infused. You know what? California, we just got back from California. I'm like exhausted. I got 2 hours of sleep the last 4 days. That's why, hence this ridiculous radio show.
That's why we're bombing Maryland?
Exactly.
God.
I can't read. Mr. President, please put on your reading glasses. You wonder why I like Donald Trump? No reading glasses. He's 74. He's got me by years.
Wait, that congressman passed away? Bomb him. That's it. Wipe the town out.
Baltimore's not that great. Take him out. Take him out.
Could you just let me get home before he does anything else? Is that too much to ask?
Oh, please. Please. I'm the worst. Dad, this is great. Thank you so much. So I went to California. I took my 8-year-old with me, and we went out there. We did an event in Newport Beach. And it is a beautiful. It's just beautiful out there, and it's nice and everything. Beverly Hills is so nice. It's so pretty. I all we heard was, oh, I heard this on the road. I look outside. Charlie, have you ever seen a Lamborghini? There's a Lamborghini here. She said, I go that, and then every block there's a Lamborghini. Then we go to church. Tom, we go to church. We got to make mass on Sunday morning. And I call downstairs. It's Peninsula. Now they're putting me up. I would never stay there on my own because I'm too cheap. But the friend, when you can put me up there, I'm gonna work for you. You're gonna put me up there. Sure, I'll stay at the Peninsula. Could you send a car? Very good, Mr. Piscopo. Right away, sir. Rolls-Royce Ghost pulls up. I mean, a $425,000 car. It takes 3 months to make this car. It's one of the most beautiful cars. in California, and every block there's one. The money out there. How is there homeless people? How are there homeless people in that enclave of Beverly Hills? It's as pristine and one of the most beautiful places in the world.
It's bad policies. Look, the California liberals have lionized these people, and they attract them with programs, and there's a mix of government programs, and then government gives money to other institutions. But when you get a government program, they actually need constituents, the homeless, otherwise they don't get the funding in the future. Remember when Reagan said that government doesn't fix problems, it institutionalizes them. They're not actually matriculating these people up and out. There is severe mental health. There's no question about it. And other problems, but they're not actually trying to. I can't even go into San Francisco because there's a broken into car in San Francisco every 22 seconds.
No, stop. Give me that stat again.
22 seconds. And you got to remember that that San Francisco is tiny. There's only 750,000 people. You could fit that much on this block.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And there's no law enforcement. And now they elected a guy DA. Are you ready for this? Who worked for Hugo Chavez.
Can't believe it. And tell us about
How could you make that up?
Tell us about his parents, the DA's
parents. His parents. Oh, was it a problem that the Weather Underground, and they killed people and he was in jail? And he says that was his lesson in life. He was brought up by Bill Ayers and Bernadine Dorn, the Weather Underground. That's who his adopted parents were. And he's in San Francisco saying he's not going to charge or prosecute what he calls quality of life crimes. Do you know what that is?
Robbery?
You need to buy a new dictionary for San Francisco. They're coming out with a new English language. Public camping, he said, first of all camping is public. When you're camping in the mountains, it's public, but that's his euphemism for homelessness. And he legalized prostitution.
Wow.
Because he's not going to prosecute any solicitation or offering of sex.
It's early in the morning, 8:15, with Tom Del Beccaro with Piscopo in the morning. Tom is, by the way, former chairman of the California Republican Party, author, attorney, and Forbes contributor, and author of the book that we had it right here.
We had it. I actually write a lot for
David
Fox
Limbaugh.
now.
I think you got bumped by David Limbaugh, so it's
I've heard
good.
of him.
David Guilty by Reason of Insanity. Tom's book, that's a great book you wrote. It's
Thank
called
you.
The Divided Era. But what if that DA in San Francisco, if some people do really sick things on the street, they're not going to.
That's it. Because that's quality of life. He says, stop criminalizing poverty. But what he doesn't get is the reason why those laws are there are for the whole city, not just a particular group. But if you charge them with a crime, what matters is what you do after that. And what you can do after that is provide services to them once you get them off the street. No, they want to keep them on the street. It's driving out business. It's driving out even big conventions because they don't want their people stepping over needles in the street.
Wow.
San Francisco is a dying city, literally.
It's so beautiful. Now answer me this, Tom, because you're in politics. Nancy Pelosi, she's so concentrated, and Face the Nation will interview her straight up, and they'll talk to her about President Trump this, President Trump that, Adam Schiff this, Adam Schiff from California. What's wrong? There's fires. There's homeless. There's drug addiction. There's so many problems in beautiful California. They're concentrating on the president. The mainstream.
Did you read my next op-ed on Fox? That's what it's about. Here are all these powerful people. California is outsized with the amount of people it has at the top of the heap in Washington, and California is turning into a heap.
Yeah, so why doesn't the press jump on this? Like, first of all, before Adam Schiff opens his mouth, less than an hour. And this makes me crazy. He does this for attention. They don't care. They want to take down the president. He's front and center. He's loving every minute of it. How does he go on TV knowing the problems that he has in California? And why doesn't anybody? The first thing the press should say, I'm sorry, I'm fired up about it. The first thing, whoever the anchors are, no matter what the network is, should say, Adam Schiff, as opposed to helping out his people in California, is deciding to take down the president. That's an objective comment, is it not?
It is. There's no question about it. The answer to your question, though, is because it's such a one-party state that he's not fearing that he won't get reelected. So he gets to do anything he wants. You want to know the irony of all this?
Please.
Do you know who he replaced in Congress?
I should know this. Frank knows this.
James Rogan. who was on the impeachment management team. Look, did you see the look at he gave me? People don't. Is it amazing, right? The management team for the Clinton impeachment, he replaced him, and now there's a guy running against him named Eric Early. If you want to get up early and send him Eric Early some money.
He was on. He's on the show. We had him on the show.
He's a good guy.
He is a good guy.
Yeah.
He's running against him, and he is up against. Does he have money? Does Early have money?
Well, it's still a year out. We'll see what Schiff's going to go down in the polls because this is remember Adam Schiff, all the conspiracies promised, all that. The guy's a liar. And by the way, Adam Schiff may have violated federal law.
Don't you think so?
And the question because you're not allowed. It firmly says a whistleblower has to go to the director of national intelligence before meeting with any committee. I wrote about this in the Washington Times.
Thank you.
So why isn't that a felony?
And why is it not getting?
Why isn't because the press is the party. The major media, NBC, CNN, are the press of the liberal Democrats. They're not the press of the country anymore.
You know what? Tom Del Beccaro, not just because he's Italian, but he's here now. He's a very, very bright young man. Can tell us about the stock market.
I like this young.
But before we go, the stock market is breaking records, man.
Yes, because I think two things are going on here. For one, the United States remains the best place in the world to put your dollar. Where else are you going to put your dollar in the world to make money? Are you going to do it in Europe, which had no growth in 20 years and is slipping again? You're going to China is losing out because Trump's, setting the record straight there. So that's one thing. But I think the market has discounted this impeachment thing. They've basically told people that they don't believe the Democrats are going to be able to come through with this. There's nothing really there.
Yeah.
And that means they think Trump will be there in a year and policies won't change. Why else would an investment vehicle go up if it thought that there was troubled waters ahead? It wouldn't be in this condition. So
Tom, where could we? Great, always great seeing you. Thanks for letting us get silly. I'm tasting the California olive oil.
And today's impeachment thing. This is another State Department. I'm going to use the word hack. Who is concerned that the commander-in-chief strayed from his talking points, meaning the talking points this low-level guy prepares. The commander-in-chief's not allowed to do that. You know who strayed from the talking points? Ronald Reagan, when he said, tear down this wall. The State Department people took it out. Dana Rohrabacher put it back in. They took it out. They put it back in. Reagan said it changed the world. But hey, this Vindman guy, he's got a hack. We should listen to him.
The Divided Era is the name of the book from this young man, Tom Del Beccaro. Tom, good to see you, my friend.
Always.
Thank you for the olive oil. Great. California olive oil, made in America, baby.
Look, a couple tablespoons a day.
Yeah, you're supposed to do that anyway, right?
I'm telling you. I don't know if it's going to help you sing, though. I mean,
No, probably not.
It's not a miracle thing.
No, sorry. I'm fine with that.